Hello, this is Horror Studio 1, and this is my unedited podcast. Horror Studio 1 coming to you once again with a shorter unedited podcast once again. Today, we're going to have to look at something that has been on my mind for a while now, and various people have talked about it. I don't really know why this is the case. But it did happen, and I'm going to talk a bit about that. The disappearance of Paranormalana. So for you guys who don't know who Paranormalana is, she's a fellow YouTuber with around 50,000 subscribers, and she's a avid member of the horror community here in YouTube. Besides posting true ghost stories, paranormal informative videos, she did various other videos that were extremely popular, like the Elisa Lam story, and she basically takes cases from history and she compiles videos out of them. And I guess her biggest difference with me and a lot of other horror YouTube communities, besides the fact that she is a girl, which is very unique in my opinion, she's a female, also is because she doesn't really do countdown videos or do much of creepypastas. Everything she does is case by case. Of course, all being real cases, and she spends a whole video's time doing research and talking about various cases in a very serious and formal manner, which is, in my opinion, I respect that a lot. Sometimes it's easier to just narrate things that are already written or basically rant about various things like I do on my podcast, but to do an informative video with dates and numbers and times and all that kind of stuff is a lot harder than your usual horror video, in my opinion. So I get why she has all those subscribers, and for some reason though, on September 3rd of 2015, she just disappeared. And I actually knew about the fact that she disappeared before everyone started talking about the fact that she disappeared. The reason was because I myself was subscribed to her. She was one of the horror channels that I was subscribed to. I don't know if you guys can see that on my channel anymore. I'm not subscribed anymore because one day when I opened my YouTube, I saw one of my subscriptions was a blank page kind of thing, and I clicked on it and it says that this channel no longer exists. And I kind of knew it was her because I don't subscribe to many channels, and I saw the name, and I accidentally pressed unsubscribe, and the page just disappeared basically. And of course, there's no way to get it back. The page doesn't exist anymore, actually, even. And I'm not sure if this day was September 3rd, but it was around that time that she supposedly disappeared, and there's a whole story about why she disappeared, relating to her deleting her Facebook and what she posted on Twitter, actually, that is quite interesting and kind of weird. But regardless, I'm going to talk a bit about that and then give my own opinions on her videos, her channels, and her as an inspiration to me, because I think it was before I started a YouTube channel, I was already subscribed to her, and I'll talk a bit about that, despite the fact that she's not she's a pretty new YouTuber as well. She's only been here a year, maybe 2 years, not even 2 years. So, the success that she has had is really unbelievable and amazing as well. So, just the case of why and how she disappeared. And today I'm going to be a bit more serious because, similar to the Mr. Nightmare podcast, this is a pretty serious issue, and just get straight to the point. So on September 13th, Alana G, or Alana, disappeared off of YouTube. It all started actually September 4th. So after she deleted her YouTube channel on the 3rd, September 3rd, on the 4th, she actually posted on her Twitter, and she did 4 tweets before all of her social media, including her Facebook, her YouTube, her Twitter. Everything relating to her was basically gone. And I've heard about other people saying that have people that have her email related to the channel have tried emailing her to ask her what the situation was, and she didn't get back to them either, or maybe she did, but they didn't. She doesn't want to make a public announcement of anything. And the only last clues that we have of what happened to Alana G and her situation right now is the 4 tweets that she actually had put out after deleting her YouTube channel. Basically, the first tweet that she put out had a pretty scary stalking incident. So unfortunately, I'm having to change the way I run my social media. No more Facebook. So she deleted YouTube and she deleted Facebook. And her second tweet of that day was, I'm actually surprised it took almost a year for me to get my first violent death threat. Why are people dumb enough to post that stuff? So she got a death threat. Tweet number 3. I mean, my one uncle is a cop. The other 2 are criminal lawyers. Violently threatening me online will always turn out badly for you. And the 4th and final tweet. Regardless, internet laws are changing. You can't just threaten to brutally harm someone and get away with it anymore. Think before you type. So she got a stalker, I'm guessing, and basically she's received death threats. And she had to remove all her stuff. Why are the reasons of the fact that she had to remove all her stuff? I still can't get that. I mean, if, someone violently threatened you, wow, and I guess they must have really gotten her afraid. But then you don't know what kind of threats they were doing. Some deep web stories, they talk about people knowing your address and your name and hacking into your computer and basically remotely controlling your webcam, right, to spy on you. It could have been something like that. Like, some people were saying that what she did was basically too extreme, but I don't think so at all. If a lunatic if a fucked up person is trying to get to you, it's like, you gotta protect yourself, right? Personally, I don't think it'll be able to scare me that much, but everyone's different, right? So I'm pretty sure the fact that she deleted all her profiles was not of her own idea. Probably people she asked around and they told her to do so, which I guess makes sense since basically depending on what kind of threats this is, it could be from a mob or something. I don't know. And that's also one thing. She's actually one of the only individuals. I think she's the first and not only, but number one, the first horror YouTuber to actually expose her face, right? Not only the fact that she exposed her face in her videos that she's done on her own channel, she also has a vlogging channel, and I think that's the first time a horror YouTuber has a vlogging channel, which I found was, hey, it's very new, and it's a totally different direction, which I really like, and she seems like a pretty happy person, so. And that's one thing. That's why and I guess a lot of people are afraid of exposing themselves, their faces, on YouTube, especially in the horror community. Like the things that we talk about sometimes. Like, I mean, if you just did scary stories, maybe not the case, but how she was going into murder cases and all that kind of stuff. And it's deep and dark stuff. And not just the fact that you can attract people that don't want you talking about shit like that, right? But also people that, are attracted to the dark stuff and maybe themselves being dark people as well. You attract those kinds of viewers on your videos, and they sometimes can say anything, especially if you're a girl, and you post yourself out there, and I'm not just talking about sexual harassment or anything like that, but like in this scenario, actual death and violent threats, who knows how violent they could be, but for someone to completely take down everything, their whole identity it's got to be something that's not that we don't know about. That's not not mild at all, So, and that's another thing too. Like this video, this channel has talked about so many different murder cases that it's bound to attract some of those individuals there. And I'm not saying real murderers are gonna watch our videos, but you never know. The internet's a weird and fucked up place, and we still don't know what the threats could have been. Could have been anything, in my opinion, and I just hope that she doesn't, nothing's happened to her. I still think that maybe she should basically come out and say something, and maybe try to tell everyone, her fans. She does have 50,000 subscribers, and myself included, although I've never really talked to her, tried to get in touch with her, even after making my YouTube channel. I was subscribed to her and I watched her videos. I thought they were pretty interesting. I wouldn't call myself a fan. I was more just a general subscriber to her videos kind of thing. But I still think that she should come out and at least tell people what's up. I've had other channels, like watch other YouTubers who basically have disappeared from the limelight, and their last video, they've come out and said that this was my last video, and a lot of the times they left the videos on there. For someone to delete their entire channel. Some individuals online were, very rudely saying that this could be like a tactic to get more attention, get more notice, stuff like that. I don't think it is for someone to completely delete their whole channel and lose everything, all their subscribers, all their fans. Even if she did reenact, I'm not sure if she deleted it. She didn't just disable it or anything like that. So I'm guessing even if she put it back on, she would have to gather and attract those subscribers all over again. It wasn't like instantly you're back kind of thing, right? And I'm guessing to be, people on YouTube trying to be famous or something like that, there are many tactics to do that, I think, If you just posted a video talking about how she was stalked or stuff like that, I'm sure it would get some kind of buzz. But for her to completely delete everything seems like it's more serious than just trying to gain more views and subscribers, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's what the authorities or the lawyers or the cops, she said her our uncle was a cop, stuff like that. It was probably what they advised her to do, and we still don't know what the threats were. People could have had her personal information. To put yourself out there in these situations and this type of content as a young girl, is risky and dangerous. It's always been risky and dangerous to be on the internet like that, and to expose yourself and have those strong opinions about things, especially things like murder, crime, and just a bit it's not comedy that we're doing basically. So it can be a bit more dangerous, and it's not the reason why I'm skeptical about showing my face, but it is definitely a factor that's in there, And I'm not just because I don't like people hating on me. I don't care if people hate on me, but it's just, it can be dangerous. And, people said on the deep web, they've went to forums where people have basically taken a person's name, full names, age, picture, and posted it on the forum without them even ever telling anyone or putting any of their personal information in there. If people on the internet are that crazy, are that capable of doing stuff like that. So, and of course, she also has a vlogging channel with her fiance. So, and they're getting married soon. They probably just didn't want anything crazy going on. And, I hope they're both well. I've watched some of their vlogs, even though I guess I was bored or something. But I found it pretty interesting. They were talking about a haunted doll or something like that. Maybe it could have been the haunted doll. Probably not. So, one thing actually that she did do before I end this video was that she actually did inspire me actually in some way as well. A lot of her videos are basically informative paranormal videos. Okay, they have a lot of information, but they still have a creepy mood to them, and they're voice narrated with pictures, with photos. Actually, when I first started my YouTube channel, I wanted to do only fictional stories, but when I started doing real stories about crime, about various weird things in the world, indigo children, all that kind of stuff, I ended up making one that's paranormal, informative paranormal videos. I made a playlist for that because I was actually inspired by her. Because I watched a lot of us creepypasta narrators, countdown narrators. I watched a lot of that, and no one really did informative paranormal videos that much besides Alana. And then, I watched some of her videos and I was really inspired by her and, the style that she did them in. So I made my own. And just the fact that she's gone, it just kind of, But I really want to thank her that she inspired me as a subscriber with my own YouTube channel. Granted, I'm not as big as she is, but she inspired my way of making videos. At least I have one playlist that's, if you look at the one where I talk about the Hello Kitty murders in Hong Kong, the style of that is very similar to her old videos that she used to have on her channel. And, you know, I didn't copy her, but I'm just saying that that really did inspire me. And, you know, regardless of where Alana may be, hopefully safe and sound, but even if she's online or she doesn't want to be online anymore, she does just want to get out of the limelight. It's like, thank you so much for the stuff you've done for the horror community as well. And the fact that you put your face out there, despite the fact that there might be some negative backlash, harassment, even a death threat or a violent, you know, harmful threat, it still gives us as YouTube creators, you know, who don't show our faces, the confidence, and it gives us a direction to look in when we're going with life, I guess, or we're this is really big, but we're going with our YouTube channels. It tells us that even if we don't do horror, people will still want to be interested in our lives, and we can still do daily vlogs. And I guess that's one of the inspirations for an edited podcast as well. I mean, there's no music, there's nothing. It's just me talking to a microphone. So, you know, the fact that some of you guys like to listen to this also is inspiring to me. And hey, maybe one day I'll show my face and I'll make my own vlog channel. Who knows? So, yes, up to this point, no one really knows what has happened to Alana G. At least not on, you know, the scope of the internet. I'm sure her friends and family knows where she is right now. So, yeah, hopefully she'll bring her channel back. If not, you know, all the best wishes to her in her future life. And for those individuals who want to post violent death threats, fuck off. Don't do that kind of shit. Anyways, this is Horror Studio One, and it was so great talking to you guys. If you guys know anything about that YouTuber, please post in the comments below. And let's try to find out where she is right now. Thank you guys so much. Always good talking to you. Bye.